So what does an e-commerce product manager do? Hi, my name is Josh Spector. I'm one of the founders of Product Manager HQ, and I'm also the head of product of a software company called Squibbler. Today, I'm going to dive into one of the many career paths that are possible in the field of product development, which is none other than that of an e-commerce product manager. Now, I'm sure that as soon as I mentioned the words e-commerce product manager, you raised an eyebrow and said to yourself, wow, I didn't even know that such a position existed. To be honest, I don't blame you. Product management is such a rapidly evolving field with new and exciting career opportunities springing up at the end of every quarter. With so much going on, it's difficult to keep up. That said, the reality is that e-commerce product managers are real professionals within the product management field. And in today's video, I'm going to break down the responsibilities as well as the role that they play in the respective companies. But before I go ahead and do that, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can get direct notifications whenever we post new videos to the Product Manager HQ channel. And this way you always get great product management advice and insights from experienced product managers. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the topic at hand. We'll kick things off by taking a look at the role of an e-commerce product manager within a company. As the name suggests, an e-commerce product manager is someone who does product management, but specifically for e-commerce platforms. As you know, e-commerce sites are the business platforms of the future. The last decade has shown us that the vast potential of online store or product marketplaces has been expanding exponentially. However, because an e-commerce business can grow much bigger than a physical establishment, it needs to want to make sure the products are up to quality standards and that customers get the optimal experience. This is where the e-commerce product manager comes in. E-commerce product managers ensure that e-commerce sites run smoothly by applying agile practices. They also ensure the demands and feedback of the customers are heard and that the quality of the new products align with the requirements stipulated by the company. Being directly in charge of the platform itself as a product, they are the point person when it comes to developing the optimal customer experience. In doing so, e-commerce product managers serve as virtual liaisons between the technical product development team, business development managers, and executives, as well as various major stakeholders. Now, let's take a look at the responsibilities that e-commerce product managers carry out. Granted, as you can imagine, it's impossible to list out every single responsibility or task that these professionals undertake, as it will vary from company to company. However, there are a few major responsibilities that e-commerce product managers usually have, irrespective of the company where they are employed. The first responsibility is market research. It's a process of gathering information about a product's buyer's personas, target audience, and customers to determine how viable and successful your product or service would be among these people. Market research allows you to meet your buyer where they are. As our world, both digital and analog, becomes louder and demands more and more of our attention, this proves invaluable. Aside from conducting market research, e-commerce product managers also have to create realistic user stories because they help to achieve cross-team clarity on what to build, for whom, why, and when. Since they're easy to define, understand, and revise, they can become the standard way to communicate and summarize the functionality of the product by both technical and non-technical members. Since this is a multi-team process, e-commerce product managers have to collaborate with the rest of the team, including the non-technical members. And they do this in order to make sure everyone is on the same page. Along with doing this, they have to develop a strategy for the e-commerce product. The product strategy enables a company to focus on a specific target market and feature set instead of trying to be everything to everyone. A good strategy is an interplay between design, business, and technology. As mentioned previously, these are the main responsibilities that e-commerce product managers are expected to assume. However, there may be discrepancies or additional responsibilities depending on the company where the professional is employed. Now, let's talk about the requirements to be an e-commerce product manager. It's important to state that there are no hard and fast rules about hiring on the basis of educational qualifications. However, usually speaking, an e-commerce product manager will have completed at least a bachelor's degree in business administration or operations management, with some even completing a master's degree in a field such as business administration or even product management. And some also doing that within product marketing as well. And of course, it's always a plus to have a growth marketing mindset. What this means is that you must know how to market a product you've made. Marketing really is the ride or die for e-commerce. After all, you can't get away with building a product and then figuring out how to market it at the end. It has to be an integral part of the life cycle from beginning to end. Apart from this, there are some additional job requirements you must fulfill to bag an e-commerce product manager position if that's what you're trying to do, such as having strong analytical skills, since they help you study competition. It's also important to study competitive behavior because it can reveal opportunities for growth. So what are your competitors doing? How are they doing it? What's right? What's wrong? And always taking it for a grain of salt, because sometimes you can copy them, but you might be copying something that they're still testing. So it's important to know how your competitors are marketing their products, and you can learn from what they're doing and improve your own strategies. Knowing what the competition is up to gives e-commerce product managers an indication of how they need to respond with their own roadmaps. As you can see in the picture on your screen, there are two types of market research, and e-commerce product managers have to be involved in conducting both. Primary research is designed to meet your unique and specific needs. This fundamental research is conducted by you, usually if you're on a tight budget. Conversely, this may be done by a research firm that you hire for the project. If your company is doing primary research itself, you'll be involved as an e-commerce product manager. The research can include focus groups, surveys, interviews, and observations. For instance, if you are launching a new website and want feedback regarding its design and efficacy, you would share the site with focus groups in order to gauge their responses to the website. Primary research gives you a lot of specific results. For example, a focus group would be asked specific questions that you help design, so the information is very targeted to your needs. Meanwhile, secondary market research is when you use previously completed studies and apply the results to your own situation. These studies are easy enough to find via an internet search or by researching marketing journals. The best approach here is to start with secondary research. By looking at regional data, community surveys, and other available information, you can help identify your audience and market. Once you have narrowed down your target group, you can do lower cost versions of primary market research, which will provide you with insight that may be very useful for the type of product you're responsible for. As an e-commerce product manager, you also have to devise a product development strategy. This cycle lays out the process quite well. Once you have a concept in mind, you can start conducting marketing research. Then you need to analyze the results and build the product accordingly. Finally, develop the product and market it. When you're dealing with a new idea that's ready to be pushed in the market, always interview and question people about it, ask for their opinions on what the price should be, and be able to gauge all the different data points you can so that the first time you release your MVP of your e-commerce product, that you'll be successful. Now let's talk about the salaries. According to PayScale, the average salary of an e-commerce product manager is $88,390 per year. An entry-level e-commerce product manager with less than a year of experience can expect to earn an average total compensation of close to $60,000. A mid-career e-commerce product manager with, let's say, 5 to 9 years of experience earns an average total compensation of $97,882. Meanwhile, an experienced e-commerce product manager with 10 to 19 years of experience earns an average total of close to $100,000. In their late careers, employees earn up to $80,750. Nevertheless, there's always a chance to grow, and it really depends on the company that you work for and the location. And you can transition to other job titles such as senior product manager and UX designer. There's a lot of overlapping skills, and there's a lot of mobility within the e-commerce product manager career path. And of course, by no means are you limited to any specific role because of the amount of overlap. As you continue to acquire experience in the field, you can transition to other product positions such as that of a product owner and eventually vice president of product or chief product officer. And most of these pay over 6 figures, and that gives you great opportunity and room for growth within your salary. To wrap things up here, it's that business with legacy systems and managers with legacy training and tools need to evolve, particularly in e-commerce in order to compete with websites like Amazon. If not, they run the risk of becoming obsolete very quickly in the rapidly shifting market. E-commerce companies such as Amazon and AliExpress have taken the market by storm, and there's a lot to be learned from their success on both the grander business level and the features that they've developed on a product management level in order to facilitate the buying process. and make their overall product experience much better for their end user. It pays to have the most up-to-date knowledge on what the e-commerce product manager does and what their job entails and the tools that they work with. And what does that e-commerce landscape look like today, as well as how will it look like in the future? And if you understand this, you'll be able to leverage that knowledge into a rewarding career as an e-commerce product manager. If you're watching this video and considering applying for a job as an e-commerce PM, one of the best ways to ace your e-commerce product management interview is to sign up for one of PMHQ's certification courses that we have online. And we have the technical product manager certification as well as a 1-week PM certification. All those will be helpful in helping you land the e-commerce product manager job. And you'll get a lot of tips that will walk you through that interview process so you can come out feeling like you did a great job and ultimately get better results when applying to companies. Plus, you'll learn how to create high-performance software products and answer some of the most popular interview questions. Before I end this video, I'd like to test you on how closely you are watching it. We have a quick question here. True or false? As an e-commerce product manager, you should know e-commerce jargon and have a certain level of web design knowledge. Is that true or false? So go ahead, answer this question in the comments below, and while you're at it, don't forget to hit the bell icon to make sure you're notified of any new videos that we post from the Product Manager HQ channel to better help you understand how to get a great career in product management and how to become a great product manager. With that said, I'll see you on future videos, and I wish you the best of luck in your career. Cheers.